What's going on, everybody? I'm the Weird Vape Guy. Today we're making a 4-core staggered fuse clapton and reviewing DOUGHSPERADO by Selectvape. What we're going to need for this build is 26 gauge and 36 gauge. You're going to take 1.5 feet of 26 gauge, cut that, straighten it out, and you're going to space clapton it. You're going to do this twice. Once you have those two space claptons done, cut them both in half and then stack them up into a 4. Just take those 4 wires and hook them into your swivels, then place the other side into your drill. Now we're gonna start fusing everything together, and this, I can't say it's hard, but I will say that it is time consuming, so it gives the impression or the illusion of being hard, but really it's just really time consuming. You just wanna get everything staggered and fused right, and you might have to zigzag a little bit when you're fusing, and that's perfectly normal. Don't think that you're doing it wrong if you're having to zigzag. That is a perfectly normal thing that you're going to have to do. And just remember that it's going to take you a little bit of time to get all the way to the end of this wire, but once it's done, it's a nice looking coil. Once you're done, just cut everything off. I happen to make enough for 2 coils, but dueling these up, they're about, it's like 0.05 ohms, and that's pretty low, and the smok Alien T Priv just wouldn't fire it, so I went with a single coil, and I put it into this Goon clone that someone gave me a long time ago. Alright, so we have this mounted into the Goon, basically. Let me say this a little bit about the Goon. When the Goon first came out, it was a great RDA. It was really, really cool, but it had a lot of problems with it. The loose 510, the screws stripping and everything else, and I hate to say this for Blue-Eyed Goon, but there were clones being made that were actually made better than the original Goon. So I had a friend who gave me a Goon clone, and this is the one that I usually use. The only problem with it is it doesn't really do single coil. They give you a piece of Delrin to go in there, and it makes it taste funky when you're using a single coil with the Delrin top cap. So I'm just using the metal one. Plus, for a coil like this, it might be kind of okay to have all airflows open, not just doing a single coil airflow kind of configuration. So you probably noticed that I only did 4 wraps on each coil. I think that's more than enough. One coil is equaling out to 0.12 ohms. I'm vaping it at 100 watts. Let's see what it can do. Definitely not skipping on any flavor there. Even though I'm running this in a dual airflow kind of mode with only a single coil, I'm not getting any flavor dropbacks. I've been vaping this DOUGHSPERADO strawberry filled donut and multiple devices with multiple coils, and I gotta say, the flavor hasn't been taken away at all, you know, running this with dual airflow and only having a single coil. And it's just delicious. It is super, super delicious. Now, as for the juice, it is a 70/30. Like I said, it's a strawberry filled donut, and it's pretty spot on. Something a little weird about it, when I picked it up in the vape store, I threw it into the Kylan. I'm vaping it, and it's fine a little bit, but then when it got like down to like the end of the tank, it started to taste a little bit like burnt hair. And if you are a vapor and you have animals, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you vape out of an RDA. There's been at least one time where you've had a hair go under your coil and it tastes just terrible. And that's kind of what I was getting from it. And then the more and more I vaped it, it would get to the end of the tank and I wasn't getting that flavor anymore. So just something to kind of look out for. It was really weird. It's happened to me a couple of times with this juice. It has like a weird flavor profile towards the end of a tank. On a RDA, I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. It's got a pretty good strawberry. I think it could use a little bit more of a donut, more of a glazed type flavor to it. But the strawberry is there, the donut's there, a little bit of the glaze is there. Altogether, it really is a strawberry filled donut. I think it could be improved though, as for like the recipe. on the nose, when you're smelling it just right out of the RDA or out of the bottle, it smells just like a strawberry filled donut, so I can't fault them there. The smell is spot on. Yeah, just a super good juice. I really like this one. There are some Selectvape juices that I don't like, but so far they're the ones who made Keymaster, that key lime frosted cookie that I had reviewed before, and they make this DOUGHSPERADO. I also have a gummy worms that they make. It's called Gummy Life, and a strawberry malt, which is called Malt Shop. And the strawberry malt I really hated. I thought it was just terrible. The malt tastes terrible. Sour gummy worms, the Gummy Life is actually pretty good, and I will review that eventually. But I hope this build tutorial helped everybody out. I hope that you make some 4-core staggereds and you just love them, because they're very flavorful and they light up pretty well and they just vape great. There's no spit back, there's no like popping, nothing like that. It's just a good coil to have. But I will say I would recommend a single coil, not dual. Dual ohms out way too low. And you can do this with 28 gauge cores and it will ohm out higher. I should have probably done that, but I just love the way it looks with the 26 gauge cores. It's so fat and it just looks awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and remember to like this video, share it, and subscribe. I need subscribers to watch me do build videos, and I don't know, I don't need subscribers, but hey, if you like the video, why not subscribe? Makes sense. I'm the Weird Vape Guy. Vape weird.